I can't stop thinking about the drowned statues. Let me explain the title first. I know it sounds kind of weird, and usually when I try telling friends and stuff, they kind of get uncomfortable, but it's been on my mind, and I feel like I just need to say it. I come from a secluded town. What I mean by this is that it's secluded enough such that it's like an hour drive to the closest mall, and hours from the nearest city, but it's also big enough such that usually when I see someone on the street, I don't usually see them again. But anyways, to the point. We have a tradition, every 3 years, where we cut down the biggest tree into the shape of a woman, with one hand reaching out in front of her, not like in that kind of salute, but more so like trying to grab something, and the other reaching that behind, or the other by her side, or covering her mouth. Anyways, the other hand isn't what's important. What's important is the hand reaching out. There's always a hand reaching out. After they finish with the statue, they clothe it and decorate it, kind of like getting it ready for its wedding or a funeral. Most families will contribute in some way or the other for like good luck. My neighbor next door would always embroider a flower onto the fabric meant for the statue's dress, and I'm pretty sure some kids once carved a slur onto its thigh. I don't remember ever contributing or touching it in any way. Apparently I would get scared at even the word statue. But my mom once said that when I was a kid, they took some paper flower I made for a kindergarten project, and at the day at the festival I made for a kindergarten project, and at the day of the festival it was attached right on its head. I actually do remember that, but I don't remember the flower being mine. I only remember looking into the statue's wooden eyes, tinted red by the sunlight hitting the paper flower's petals. And yeah, like the title suggests, on the day of the festival, they take this crazily decorated statue and drown it. Not like purposefully. It's more of a float or a submerged festivity. I don't really know TBH, but the point is that it's not meant to be negative or violent or harmful in any way. It's supposed to be a reminder that the community can come together to contribute on something beautiful, the woman part being more traditional. Yes, I know how that sounds, so don't comment saying stupid shit like you came from a cult or anything like that. Okay, sorry, rant and context over. But yaha, it's also not because of this festival that I went to college away from the tune, but the more I'm away from home, the more my mind keeps going back on it. I can't stop thinking about those drowned statues. It happened when I had just turned 14. I don't remember why anymore, but on that day, I arrived late to the festival. My family was already there in the middle of the crowd, and the statue had just been submerged. I didn't see the statue's face, because like I said, it was already submerged, like the water was already at her cheekbones. And just to emphasize, the crowd is far away from the staff in charge of the festival and the statue, so we can't really see all the details. But when it was just the outstretched hand left, I'm like, pretty sure I saw it move. Not the way the waves would move the arm. I mean, like, the fingers straight up stretching outwards, and the worst part was that there were bubbles and foam surrounding her, which made it look all the worse to me, like she was real. And it's stupid, but now I'm wondering, and I keep thinking to myself, oh, what if it was true? Like, what if the statues were all real? Like, why is there always an outstretched hand, and why is it always a woman? And I get that it's cause of tradition, it has always been about tradition. But now that I'm away from the town, I keep coming back to those statues. Screaming for help, frantically waving her hand, trying to gasp for air in between the beating waves. Eyes outlined in red, staring at me, but not from petals.